every single person has their own special light language. And it's not something that you actually learn. It's in fact a language that you remember.
Tiara ko undiesta Andrea tia ka mbara si Andrea Tiara. Welcome to exploring the wild, ancient, and cosmic worlds with Jax.
Hello YouTube family, how are you? Okay, that's weird. Hey YouTube fam, welcome to my channel. My name is Jax. I am a very ordinary person with an extraordinary belief system and a whole lot of woo-woo that courses through my veins. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited about this. I in fact have quite an audience on Facebook, Instagram, and this is really new to me to be filming YouTube videos. So I'm really grateful to be here. And first video, what am I going to introduce you to? Well, one of the questions that is often asked to me is, what is light language? Light language. Well, if you asked me that question a year ago, I would not have had a clue. In fact, I honestly had heard it before, but I thought it was a whole lot of gibberish. So I really love sharing this story. So first, I'm going to share with you how I have come to know light language quite fluently, actually. It was a fine day about 10 months ago where I call it the light language lightning bolt hit me. And I honestly did not expect it at all. I was in fact driving my car, in which is a really cool story, but I will actually share with you the entire story in another video. And so driving my car, honestly had never experienced any sort of channeling, any sort of light language, any sort of anything like that before. And boom, 1 minute driving my car, next minute I have light language coursing and flowing through me. Now, since that day, 10 months ago, I have actually really lent into this new gift. Well, I learnt not so long ago that in fact it's not a new gift. In fact, it's a gift that I have, and I just cracked open that day. So what is light language? I will share with you from what I've learnt actually while developing my relationship with light language. I haven't studied light language. I haven't read any books on light language. In fact, it's really just what I know from experience. Light language is from my learnings with my communication with spirit, is in fact language, universal language, sound of the soul and body. Our bodies respond so beautifully to light language. And there are 1 trillion light languages. Actually, that's probably a little bit too small. So much more than 1 trillion. In fact, an infinite amount of light languages. And every single one of us has our very own unique, special light language. But some of us have very similar light languages. In fact, I've heard some light languages that are exactly the same. And that's probably because that the people sharing the light language is in fact probably from the same star system, from the same ancestry. That's still something that I'm yet to discover, but I have definitely heard similar light languages. So it's not a language that you can understand with your is, you cannot actually, I guess you can translate it, because I translate the light language that flows through me, but I don't translate it from words that come into my head when I'm transmitting light language. It's in fact the feeling that I get. I'm still learning myself, so please forgive me if it's not making any sense. I guarantee as we grow our relationship together, a lot of this will make more sense. So who has light language? Who can actually speak light language? Every single person has their own special light language. And it's not something that you actually learn. It's in fact a language that you remember. So when I discovered this new thing that happened, the light language, I started to, after I got a little bit scared, I started to trust it. I started to build a relationship with the flow of the frequency that just like gushed through my vessel. And when I first started, I would actually find myself going, like really just trying to start, not knowing what I'm doing. So let me give you an example of what light language feels like and sounds like. Now, that was a very interesting one. I need to let you know that I'm not bilingual. I don't know any other human languages. I've never studied languages, and what it feels like when it's flowing, it's just like water. It feels as easy as breathing does. It's so beautiful. I, in fact, transmit a few different light languages because I have this connection with many different star systems and different ancient earth ancestors as well. Again, you will learn more as we go along. So when that is coming through, I can sense what it is actually sharing. That was a really beautiful, subtle, caring dialogue. It was definitely, I would say, earthly in nature, but quite whimsical at the same time. I don't know if you got that, but I certainly did. So every single one of us has the ability to allow our light language through, to discover our light language. And how you do that is really just about surrendering. I have done a few sessions on this, and if you would like to learn more about that, please pop it in the comments, send me an email. My email is in the description as well. If you have any more questions or would like to be directed to the class that I did a few months ago. So that was my partner in the background with his phone. See, ordinary people. So why light language? Light language is a very, very powerful, probably the most powerful expression of nature. It impacts our vessel and our body and our DNA and our cells in ways that we physically cannot do in this three-dimensional realm. We can't get little tools and start operating on our cells. But light language has this ability to cause cleansing, refreshing, releasing, and upgrading within our cellular structure. I find when I start channeling light language, I actually upgrade as well in so many ways that I have really no descriptions of how that is. But I know when I certainly started 10 months ago, so much has changed in my life. In fact, I have taken this glorious remembered gift of light language, and we now host ceremonies and retreats where we cause massive upgrades for so many people. So if you in fact feel like that you have an ability to surrender to the light language that courses through you, trust it. First it can feel like you're doing weird stuff. It sounds really strange, and you're like, oh my God, I'm just sounding weird. I'm just doing gibberish. It just is weird. But if you can just lean in a little bit more and really trust it, allow it to be a gift even to yourself, whether anyone hears it or not. It really is quite a beautiful experience to allow the light language to come through you. For me, it's direct contact with my spirit guides, with spiritual quantum support. The language itself is that beautiful connection between the quantum realm, the spirit world, and us as conduits, as vessels right here on planet Earth to help humanity, to help other fellow beings as well. So I feel pretty complete with this today, and hopefully it's been helpful. I'm really here to serve those of you that are like, really curious about light language and whether you have the gift or not. I guarantee it, you do. Every single one of us are extremely gifted. And this is what I stand for. I stand as a reminder to you that you are and have always been so very gifted. Unfortunately, we've been conditioned in a world where there's too many confines, where we've been separated from this truth that we are already so powerful just as we are. I hope you've enjoyed this short teaching today, and I look forward to sharing some more things. If you have any more questions, like I said, reach out to me or pop it in the comments. And I look forward to light languaging and spiritual woo-woo things with you again soon. Thank you so much.